remember Romans chapter 8:15. It says that you know you're saved. Why? Because the Spirit of Christ is in you and bears witness with your spirit that you're a child of God. Remember that? And that you ain't received the bondage again to fear, but you received the spirit of adoption. Worry about you cry, Abba, Father. Why did he say this? That we are now heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ. Now, hold that. Joint heirs with Christ. Joint heir means a co-participant. It means a partaker. Now watch this. Our partaking in partnership is with God first. So it's through whom? Everybody, God works through whom? Everybody. God works through whom? That means everybody in here. God works through whom? People believe. People get healed. People get encouraged. People get saved. People receive strength. People receive encouragement. All that through whom? Because we are partakers and in partnership with God. Why? Because we're children of God. Watch this. That makes us now a partaker of what God has. Why? Because we come joint heirs. That means a joint heir is a partaker with joint interest, with a connection that has fellowship. That's why Jesus said that in John 14:12, it's expedient that I go to the Father. Because if I go to the Father, he said, then you're going to be able to do greater works than I just did. Y'all see that? Why? Because now he says you are in partnership with God, and God has never had a failed partnership. Matter of fact, write these things down. The benefits of a partnership, and what we're talking about, partnership in the kingdom of God, and partnership in leadership, and partnership in the work of God, is several things. One is multiplication happens. Multiplication happens immediately when you partner with somebody else. Y'all see that? Because you can only do so much by yourself, right? So when you partner with somebody else and become in a partnership, it automatically doubles the influence. Doubles the ability to be able to multiply yourself. Write it down. It means partnership means shared responsibilities. If we are in partnership with God, then now we become responsible with what God has placed in us to do. Right? And we're talking about kingdom, y'all. We ain't talking about church work. We're talking about kingdom. We are kingdom people. We're kingdom minded. This is a kingdom ministry. We are about kingdom, not church work. And so to get that in your spirit and get it in your mind is this, that because God has given us responsibility, because first of all, I just showed you in the word, we are in partnership. Turn to 2 Corinthians chapter 6. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, look at verse number 1. When you get there, say I'm there. And that's only one book over. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, when you get there, say I'm there. Y'all like that, don't you? We then, verse 1, we then as workers together with him. Capital H. We then as workers together with him. We are in partnership with God. We now understand it's God. Listen to me. If everybody understands this right, watch this. We're going to see our church double in growth before this year's over with. I'm not just saying that. If you hear what I'm saying tonight, we're going to see this thing happening because there is power in partnership. It happens in the world every day. When I was in the Air Force, United Way came and talked to us. And United Way said this to us. They said, would you allow us to take $1 out of your paycheck? Every pay period. $3, $5. United Way. You know why United Way understood? They understood the power of partnership. They understood if they could get the military, which is how many thousands of troops in the military. Y'all need to get adding up right here. Thousands of troops in the military, thousands. Oh, sure. And everybody said, what's $1? Yeah, you can take $1 out of my check. Well, $1 times, how many people's in the military? A couple 100,000 at least. We know what? That becomes $300,000. I want $1 out of everybody's paycheck. Do you see the power of partnership? You see $1, that's right, twice a month, which is $600,000 in a month. Because the power of partnership. There's a story that has moved me and has inspired me to get off my butt and let's do something. All right? Y'all don't be scared. I said, but. I didn't say. It's on YouTube. I forgot. It's inspired me. And I told the staff about it. It's inspired me. I got on the internet today and just researched that thing out. It's called Hoops of Hope. Hoops of Hope. And I saw it Sunday night. Anybody see it Sunday night? Saw Hoops of Hope Sunday night, all three of us. We saw it Sunday night, and it was about at least probably a 12, 13-year-old young man who wanted to help this community in Africa because they didn't have a school. And so what he did, he said, I'm just going to go out and I'm going to shoot free throws. And I'm going to take pledges up. And I'm going to do it by myself because he said, I'm going to shoot 2,057 free throws. Because in this town in Africa that he wanted to help that had no school, there were 2,057 orphans. So he said, I'm going to take one free throw shot for every orphan. I'm going to do it 2,057. Can you imagine how tired you get after 2,000 free throws? And he collected $1 for each free throw that he shot. One little young man. And raised, guess how much? $2,057. Y'all are slow, but you're worth waiting on. So he raised $2,057 by himself. Well, other people caught wind of it. They thought, well, we want to help you. We want to partner with you. And so now all these free throw things are happening in middle schools, high schools, all over the Arizona area. And before you know it, this young man, by just starting shooting free throws, raised $250,000 that built a school. So him and his dad go over, they dedicate the school in his name and all this stuff. And he sees that there is HIV/AIDS cases all over the place. In Africa. HIV, if you don't know, the HIV and AIDS, they're spreading like crazy in Africa. And so he sees there's no medical hospital there. And he sees it's going to take $300,000 to build a lab and hospital where they can test and give medicine. So guess what? He goes back home and starts Hoops of Hope. And now the partnership is growing. Now it's starting to, what I told you partnership does, multiplies. Shared responsibility. It's no longer just on one young man to be able to build a school, because one young man can't build a school with $2,000. But when you partner with people and everybody does it, guess what? Partnership, you can do anything. So he comes back and raises $350,000 and builds a hospital. Now their project for 2008 this year is to build another hospital. Why? Because there's now momentum going in the power of partnership. Y'all see that? And Jesus said to him, won't you launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch? Well, we ain't caught nothing. Well, at your word, I'm going to do it. So obey the word and you see results. And I'm wondering how many times God speaks to us and we freeze up, fear, I can't do it, and we don't do it. Because you know why we don't do it? Because we think we got to do it by ourselves. And we can't do it by ourselves. It's shared responsibility. It's the power of partnership. But whoa. First of all, our partnership, is with God. And with God, nothing is impossible, right?